Hey everybody, in today's video we are going to be going through my entire kitchen and trying to figure out what I need to clean it out. This is just something I like to do usually every couple of years because you gather things that you don't need, and so I like to do yard sales, or if things are broken then throw that away. And so today we're going to start on the kitchen. I'm hoping that I can get the kitchen done today, but it is already noon and we have plans for this evening, so we're just going to see. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. I had to make some bread and clean the kitchen before I could get started, so that's why I got a later start. And later on in the video, I wanted to show y'all a garden update I'm really excited about, and also some changes that we've made in our pantry and fridge since we're going to try to start whole food. I was actually able to get rid of a lot of mugs. I do collect mugs over time, and then I'll find out which ones I don't really use a lot of. There was also some little sippy cups and different things that we didn't need that many either. So all the stuff on the left was yard sale stuff. The stuff on the very right were holiday mugs that I needed to put in the attic with their certain holidays. And then I also kept a lot of stuff still. A few of these cabinets I barely had to take anything out of, so I was pretty proud of that. I have kept them clean overall. There was just some stuff for snacks that I never really used, and then there was some other little bowls that I never really used either that just stayed up at the top. This cabinet is probably my junk cabinet, if that's a thing. I know it's usually a junk drawer, but I feel like this cabinet gets messy faster than most of my kitchen cabinets. Now, in the very top, it's mostly filled with mugs. We used to collect mugs from everywhere that we would go on vacation or go to visit, but a couple of things. One, we realized they're very large, so you have a harder time finding a place to store them, and two, they're usually kind of expensive. So we switched from collecting mugs to magnets, and we have liked that a lot better, and they're usually a lot cheaper and they're easier to travel with. Drawer and silverware drawer and usually stays really nice and neat. Usually stays this drawer really nice and neat. That just gets really messed up. That just gets really messed up. Measuring cup drawer, I like to keep it measuring cup drawer. I like to keep it the way that it is, so I can easily find my measuring cups. So I can easily find my measuring cups. Wondering, I'm not searching around, wondering where a certain Jessica can tell you for some reason that is just one drawer that always stays looking super nice. This is another drawer that usually just has way too much stuff in it. So I was able to get rid of a few things, move a few things around, and then also just get everything reorganized in this, and it's so much better now. first moved into this house, me and my mom washed all of the cabinets, and then we painted the inside of all the cabinets because it kind of looked rough. And then in all of the drawers, I put that marble liner, vinyl liner. I believe I got it from Walmart, and it has stayed on, and we've been here, I believe, around 6 years in this house. But it's a lot easier to wipe out than if it's just the bottom of a wooden drawer, so I recommend doing that. I am always in desperate need of new pot holders. Mine never stay looking good, and half the time I only have holiday ones for some reason. This cabinet holds a lot of my hot teas, so I really like this cabinet, but I just needed to reorganize it. I had just bought some new teas from an event that we have in our town. I got from 2 different vendors, and I was really excited about, but they had kind of gotten all just thrown in there that day, so I was straightening everything up. Definitely need the toaster. Evie loves her Eggo waffles. Well, they're homemade Eggo waffles now. And this is what I've been using. I found a mix, a dry mix, and so I have a big batch of dry mix, and then I just make some waffles it's been like every other week so far, because Liam eats them too, and sometimes we do too. Certain things just need to be moved to a different place. This is nice. I'm actually getting an Azure Standard order today, so I might could use this for something for Azure. This is a little broken in a couple places, so I'm going to put it in the yard sale. I've got homemade bread, you can't see it, in the oven right here, and it's smelling so good. Okay, so this is Christmas. This is Christmas. I'm showing people what Christmas containers I have, Liam. My son heard me say this is Christmas, and he said it's not Christmas. Okay, so there's just a couple more Christmas things here, so I'm gonna leave it. And then I have this cute little miniature pound cake pan, and a couple of little miniature bundt. I am gonna put them with my other cake pans. I'm not sure if I'll ever use them but I really want to someday. I know we're like trying to do better with our ingredients for our food, but we haven't switched out any of our appliances or anything. That probably we won't be doing until a year or something, or like slowly doing that, just because that's a lot of money. It's a lot to figure out. I do have this little container. I'm gonna keep it. I just don't have it out. I usually do decorate with it, but I want to, the little thing that went with this broke. I want to switch over. We just haven't gotten to yet. Of course, here's my big waffle maker. And my handheld mixer, which fell out of its little container. I don't use my handheld very often, but I do use it some, so I'm keeping it. Oh, there's like something spilt. I think it's from the waffle maker, actually. And a loose screw. Alright. And then there's some like clear plates back there. And this goes with this. This is not a very good one, so I need to get a new one, but I'll probably keep this until I do get a new one. Might actually keep this attached. So there actually wasn't a whole lot to get rid of. There was just a couple of things to put in a different place. This doesn't have a lid though, so I think I may put it in the yard sale. We are almost to the part of the video where I am going to show y'all my garden, and I am really excited to show y'all the update. It is doing very well overall. I'm going to put this back in here for now too, but I know that it's in here and I will use it for probably something in my Azure order. One of my little girl's bows. Hey everybody, so I wanted to come out here and show y'all my garden and how it's going. If you hear anything in the background, it's the dogs. So I've been very pleased so far with most of the stuff. I'm going to turn this. This is our potatoes. We did cover them already, and I feel like this one could use some more. So we've got this. This is more potatoes, and this side kind of looks like it could be covered maybe. And then this side for sure, I feel like could be covered with some more. So we'll probably do that soon. And then we've got our little carrots. There's not a ton of those, but these are the lady finger carrots, and we've got some more here. These buckets are going to be for our tomatoes. Our neighbor's dogs always bark at us. I'm super excited about our romaine. It is looking so pretty. I cannot wait to get a hold of that. Like, so pretty. And then this is our iceberg. It's looking great too. And then sadly, our broccoli did die. It did come up, but it died. Here's more carrots. We planted these a little bit before the other carrots. And then this is our zucchini. I'm loving how massive it is. It's so pretty. This is our yellow squash. I'm sorry about the dogs in the background. The neighbors have a ton of little Dachshunds, and they bark at you when you come out. And then here are our onions, and they are doing really good. In this bucket, they're doing great. And this one is like super miniature, but it hasn't died yet. It keeps trying. And then these aren't great. Like, that just fell off. But we are really excited about it. Actually, what it looks like. And there's Bailey. So anyways, yeah, we're really excited about it. My herbs I planted up here on the deck. They actually only one thing has come up so far. So I don't know. I might try to plant some starters inside. If anybody has any suggestions, I'll show y'all what came up. So I had the summer savory, cilantro, the dill is, I just realized that it may not be focused there. But so far nothing else has come up that I've seen. So yeah. But anyways, also we aren't completely done with our deck yet still, but I did stain the floor, so I'll show you. And I really like the way it turned out. And then we did do some of the inside. It still needs to be stained on the outside, but we have had so much going on with life here lately. Whether it be partying, like we had some birthday parties, and we actually celebrate May the 4th. I will show y'all some of the decor that I had just done. I'm gonna close the door here. All right, I will show y'all some of the decorations. Well, there's some. And then, let me see if I can get this brightened up. This was more perfect, but it kind of got messed up a little bit.
How?
And then we have that over there. It also fell. We have that. And we have all of that. May the 4th. We always have a few friends over.
We got this.
And yeah, and we have these balloons, y'all. He put those there. He did a good job. Anyways, we always have a few things, or a few people over. So we always decorate a little bit. Now I wanted to just show y'all some of the food that we've switched out of our pantry and some of the things that we have now. So first I'm going to show y'all what we have on our countertop. I know I've kind of shown y'all before, but I'll show you an update if I can get the camera turned around. So we have our Azure flour, our Azure baking powder, and our yeast from Azure. And then I made a homemade granola. I got the recipe from Hannah's Happy Home, and it is delicious. This was like up to here, I think, and Liam even loves it too, as you can just put a little bit of honey in it, or I like to put banana and honey in it, or if you have just as cereal. So he really likes that. Now I'm going to show y'all. So we have this Italian dressing, just things that we've made homemade. A Caesar dressing. I'm going to turn this around so I can show y'all a little easier. So some of the stuff we've kept the same because the kids, we're just like letting them go ahead and finish off some of this stuff. I did get this Yo Mama's pizza sauce. It does seem to be pretty clean. And this strawberry jelly, it doesn't have any high fructose corn syrup. It isn't organic, but I did go ahead and get that. kitchen. Let's see. Some of this stuff, like I said, is from, we already had it. This was from Azure, and it's really good. This is from Azure. It's very good.
I got my shirt.
We've made this barbecue sauce. This is I can't remember what Jason called it. It is a barbecue sauce, but it's for chicken. And then this one I can't remember what he called it, but it's like a honey mustard based kind of, and it's delicious. This is the mayonnaise that we've been using, and then we had just bought this right before we went on more of like a Whole Foods journey, so the kids have been eating that, and I do use it for some recipes when we go to my grandparents' house. And then this is our homemade peanut butter. We do keep it in the fridge. We have this Harvest organic mild salsa that I got from Ingles. And then since we had our May the 4th party, we had homemade ice cream, and so this is a homemade chocolate syrup, and then a homemade caramel syrup, and this one turned out great. This one I wasn't crazy about. It didn't thicken as much as I wanted, and I also didn't love the flavor of it. Okay, so I use this for our cooking. This is for my baking that I do, but I do like to use that for us. And I have some organic dark kidney beans. Some of this stuff I did show y'all. We used all of the Azure, but I have this from Ingles. This is, I believe, Ingles brand. Oh wait, here's Azure tomato sauce. Here is a different kind of pizza sauce that I got that looked pretty clean. It wasn't organic, but it did look clean overall instead of making it myself this time. This is actually some eggs that my aunt gave me. And then this is peanut butter. We're almost out of our organic maple syrup. We're almost out of our Azure honey, but we're going to be ordering from Azure. I have to order by today, so I need to get that going. We have the Chosen avocado oil. This is organic brown rice. I actually have some still in this. I have the Kettle and Fire beef broth. I found it on sale for $2 something, so I was excited about that. We've got a big thing of coconut oil, organic. Those are my Azure chocolate chips. All of these noodles are Rayos, or there's the other brand, I can't remember the name of it, but they are organic too. Some of this stuff, like this sugar, this brown sugar, none of that is organic, but I still have the stuff because I didn't want to just throw it away. I'm sorry, I'm videoing really bad. I keep looking at what I'm pointing to and then looking back at the camera and realizing that I'm not really pointing to it great. This has some oats, and then back behind there we've got the rest of our peanuts. They weren't roasted peanuts, but I did roast them when I made the peanut butter. We have our waffle mix that I made that with all organic ingredients. We've got our USDA organic popcorn. It had clean ingredients. We've got our organic dates. See, we still have some stuff that's not organic, but the kids really love the Ritz crackers. Me and Jason try to avoid it all, but the kids still eat some of that stuff. And then we have these. I was thinking that the kids would like them, but I don't think they really enjoy them, so I eat them every now and then. We've also got our there's 2 5-gallon buckets down there. One has our oats and one has, was gonna have our flour, but the lid doesn't fit on this great, so I didn't want to pour my flour in there yet. This is just some baking stuff that I have that's not organic or anything, but I have some of our extra organic, so I've got some organic ketchup. I've got some good olive oil, and the kids love ranch, but Jason's been making his own ranch and it turns out really good too. We just ran out. This is some more popcorn. I have popcorn back here from Azure, and then I actually just set this in here from our party yesterday. I need to get it out. It is a organic banana or chocolate chip banana nut bread. I have some pecans and some different things that I use for baking. I've got the chia seeds, organic. And then under here, I just have some Crisco and some powdered sugar for some of my other baking. So, of course, well, I'm gonna carry this over here. Not everything is organic, of course. You see the Chef Boyardee. But we are getting there. It looks so much better than it did when it comes to whole foods, healthier choices. We're slowly getting there, so we're really excited. We usually keep this full of apples and bananas, but I am running low, so normally it has a lot more than that. I also have my little seedlings, and I want to show y'all. I just watered them because I forgot to water them yesterday, and a couple of them were starting to droop, and I think it's because they got a little too dry. So I'm going to show y'all. I am excited overall on how these are looking, and I want to repot them probably in a week or two. But for now, I am going to get off here. And I hope that y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.